Okay, so you've been assigned as a group leader for Professor Newhauser to uh, a piece of literature in his class. So first, this is what he sent with his syllabus. He may update this if you're seeing this later, but as an assignment, you need to have a 15 to 20-minute presentation, and you need to do a 3 to 4 page version of your presentation. Now, not written here is he would like you to write up your experience as a group. So just an opinion or a feedback on working on a group. So that's something that's not in this description right here, but he has asked for it. So as a group leader, my suggestion is that you immediately contact your group and create a Google Doc that you can all work from. That's what we're looking at here. You can see that this is in a Google Doc. And that way, when you guys update, you guys can all see what each other's updating. I also suggest that when you're using a Google Doc as a group, each one of you pick a color of font to use. So say I would pick blue and one of my mates would pick red, and then someone else would pick orange or something, or green. That way you guys can clearly see who's commenting and whose work you're looking at. Just helps you stay organized. So I would set up a schedule immediately for your reading and brainstorming. You can see I have for this this would be September 7th, and so we would have our rough drafts between the 7th and 12th, and then final copy deadline, and then a practice period. That way we can go over our presentation and coordinate with one another. And then our presentation was Tuesday, September 17th. So that breaks down in this many days to work on this type of stuff. And that way you guys can stay organized. As a group leader, you want to stay on top of communication and constantly be, as these deadlines come up, make sure that you're like on the 10th or 11th, say to your group, hey, remember we need our rough drafts due by the 12th, get that into me. And then they can post it to the Google Doc where you guys can all see it. Then you need to work on, you need to make assignments for one another. So you need to know who's going to be editing your work. You need to know who is going to be working on the PowerPoint or if you want presentation aids, and how you're going to break down the responsibilities, and you need to get on that right away in this first section. Then this is just the kind of stuff that I thought would be relevant for our group. You want background, text, author, just the different things here that you can use in working on a presentation, and what would be necessary. Oh, my screen is doing funny things. And then at the end you want a summary, and then you want questions to pose to the class at the end of your presentation. Now I'm going to show you my PowerPoint that we had for our class. You want to pick a unified theme. All of your text and colors and everything is going to be the same, and you can just populate a blank slide for different members of your group. And so when you're doing your presentation, you put it on a thumb drive or email it with your presentation to Professor Newhauser, and he can help you manage the computer in the room. So we did it on Chaucer, and so one thing right here, all of the bullet points have the same shape. All the bullet points have the same structure. You want to keep a very unified look to your presentation, using the same colors, this light blue, this is dark blue, here and here. You want to add pictures to make your presentation interesting. And then at the end, you want to ask questions to your class. Now, what this helps to keep everything really, really well managed and on time. It helps the communication that you're going to be working with. And then when you do your presentation, whoever's presenting, first of all, you need to dress appropriately. You need to dress like a professor or a teacher as you're addressing the class. So dress appropriately for the presentation. And then the first person, maybe the group leader, or maybe somebody who's more comfortable leading the presentation, needs to introduce you guys by name as a group. And then you need to introduce your author, your piece, the title of your piece, and then you need to say who's going to go first. Like in our group, we had Christian go first, and he was going to present the author history. And then we had Louisa doing the summary, and then we had myself doing the interpretation, and then we had Simon following up with the social implications and questions. So that tells your audience what to expect as they listen to you and to be able to follow along in your presentation. So those are my tips on how to be a group leader and how you can organize your group. Good luck and have fun.